Hello, my name is Ross Crom. I'm going to speak you through the Mama Mimi's micro bakery that is growing very, very fast in South Africa and has massive potential for the rest of Africa. The secret of the success of the business is that it operates on a local level, empowering previously unemployed or possibly unhappily employed individuals working from home, saving major taxi and transport fees, being able to deliver very healthy, fresh products to their local community on a sustainable basis. We have a small firebox down the bottom, which is where you create your heat source for the oven, so you make your fire, purposefully kept very, very small. Got an ashtray in the bottom that catches the ash. Close the firebox and your heat starts going through the oven. Very special thing with our oven is that the heat wraps around what we call two metal boxes essentially. There's a gap, a bit difficult to see on the video, but there's a gap between these two metal boxes where our smoke and our fire unit travels, so that the products that are being baked inside the oven don't taste or have any flavour whatsoever from the firewood that's being used. So the unit inside, exactly the same as you would get with an electrical oven. On the outside of the unit, we've got a temperature gauge with a little green bar in it, which is generally about 180 degrees. So it's easy for our baker to see what the temperature of his oven is, and he controls the temperature in his oven by the size of his fire. Obviously the bigger his fire, the hotter it is, and vice versa. Moving from the oven, the smoke and hot part from the fire travels up the first chimney into our next unit, which is actually our prover. Our prover, generally you want to be sitting at about 40 degrees, and most baked products require a proving process, particularly bread and scones and those kind of things that want a bit of proving, and this is our prove unit. It works on the same concept as the oven. None of the smoke or any of the products come into the oven unit at all. So we have a product that tastes exactly the same as if it were baked in an electrical oven. And then obviously the rest of that smoke just escapes outside the chimney. If the chimney is indoors, we have a chimney extension that can go onto it, either out of the window or the roof of the little bakery. And then obviously if it's outdoors, the unit is used as you see it here. The Mama Mimi's bakery is an entire business in a box, which means that we give our bakers everything that they need to run their business. From the mixing bowls to a complete recipe book, a cap and an apron, everything that they need, a complete set of bread, baking pans, pizza, snowballs, Chelsea buns, a scale. Basically everything that our baker needs to run a successful business from home. Now that I've explained the Mama Mimi's micro bakery and everything that it comes with, let me explain why the Mama Mimi's micro bakery works so well in a township and why we really like this business model from a job creation and an upliftment point of view. Behind me on the board, we've got a typical sort of township type scenario depicted. We've got 500 loaves of bread being baked by a centralised, middle-sized bakery, really feeding to about 250 households, each household generally consuming 2 loaves of bread on a daily basis. This bakery probably employs 5 people, creating 5 jobs. If we work on a rough profit margin of 5 rand a loaf of bread, we're talking about 2,500 rand that leaves this township every day through a commercial bakery, because the owners of this product or this bakery don't sit in the township. They're outside, so 2,500 rand is leaving this area. What I'm now going to do is show you the Mama Mimi's business model. Essentially the same objectives still apply. We're wanting to create 500 loaves of bread and we need to feed 250 households with that. The Mama Mimi's approach is entirely different. Okay? What we put into the same geographic location are 20 Mama Mimi's micro businesses. So these are my businesses. Fundamental difference here is that the distances that our customers have to walk to find our baker is not as large. So really we've got small areas feeding to a local little bakery. Generally the customer is buying bread on the same street that they live, and they're probably buying it from a Mama Mimi's baker that they grew up with on that same little street. So it's almost neighbor buying from neighbor type of scenario. But apart from that, there are some major differences that we're able to achieve with this process. And let me highlight these quickly. As I said, we now have 20 Mama Mimi's micro businesses. Each of those Mama Mimi's micro bakeries doing 25 loaves of bread each. Very easy to do with the production capabilities of the unit. But here's the fundamental difference. If we're still making 5 Rand on each loaf of bread, that 2,500 Rand that previously left our township is now being kept in our township, because these are owner-run businesses. So they're making the profit, they're keeping the profit, and essentially they're probably going to be spending that profit in the township that they live in. So they'll be buying other products, and when I show you some pizza and stuff later, you'll see that they need onions, tomatoes and those kind of things that they're probably buying with some of these profits from their neighbours and the rest of the community. So it's really global, or at least localized, massive upliftment simply because of the bakery. The other major difference that we really love about this business model is that instead of creating like the original one where it created 5 jobs, this scenario is creating 40 jobs. 20 Mama Mimi's micro bakeries, each utilizing 2 individuals to run that little business. So we've got 40 sustainable jobs being created in this business model. And that's really what is bringing about change in the communities where the Mama Mimi's micro bakeries are being deployed. I mentioned that Mama Mimi's micro bakery is about the premix products. It's about the long-term relationship with our baker. And let me speak you through some of these. These are our premixes, everything that the baker needs to make a batch of products, whether it's snowballs, Chelsea buns, scones, bread. Our bread premixes come with everything that the baker needs, 100 bread bags, the bread bag clips, all of that. And like a typical micro bakery, we're able to do anything that you're already familiar with, from pizzas to pies, pizza rolls, and then some really sweet, nice tasting products with fantastic profit margins. You've got all the sweets, so your cupcakes, your muffins, your snowballs, and the little biscuits. And these are all products that allow the baker to make a handsome profit from home. The challenge arises where we have got hard-working individuals in the townships who are really wanting to change their lives. What we need is your assistance to allow us to finance and provide micro bakeries for township entrepreneurs so they can start having the skills and the tools to change their own lives and potentially improve theirs and their families' lives indefinitely. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you.